Are you ready to live your best life, even in your later years? Aging comes with its challenges, but did you know that the way you think and speak about these changes can have a powerful impact on your health, relationships, and overall happiness? In this video, we're diving deep into 3 things you absolutely should not say, and more importantly, how you can change the way you communicate to create a positive and fulfilling life after 65. Why should you watch until the end? Well, because the choices you make today can shape your future. You'll learn how simple adjustments in your words and actions can drastically improve your well-being, enrich your relationships, and help you embrace the beauty of aging with grace. By the time this video is over, you'll be equipped with a mindset and strategies to make your golden years not only manageable but truly enjoyable. In the first part of this video, we'll tackle the importance of what you don't say, starting with how your health-related complaints might be doing more harm than good. Let's shift from complaining to accepting, and instead, focus on building mental resilience. You'll also discover why speaking poorly about your children, grandchildren, or others can slowly erode family bonds, and what you can do to change that. Plus, we'll explore how repeating the same old stories can unintentionally keep you stuck in the past and away from enjoying the present. So, are you ready to create a new mindset for a healthier, happier, and more connected life? Stick with us until the end and learn practical steps that can lead to a fulfilling future. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Part 1. 3 things not to say. 1. Don't complain too much about your health. As we age, our bodies inevitably change, and it's hard not to feel the effects. Old age often comes with its fair share of physical limitations, aches, pains, and chronic illnesses that seem to creep up on us like unwelcome visitors. It's tempting to complain about these changes. After all, who doesn't want to vent when things don't feel the way they used to? But have you ever paused to reflect on whether constantly talking about our health issues truly helps us heal, or if it just drags us deeper into a pit of frustration and negativity? Is it possible that complaining might just make things worse, not better? We all know that aging can be tough. It feels like every time we wake up, there's another joint that aches or another part of our body that doesn't quite work as smoothly as it did before. Complaining, in some ways, is a way for us to express our feelings of helplessness and dissatisfaction with a body that is no longer as strong, flexible, or resilient as it once was. And let's be real, it's hard to feel positive when you're struggling with fatigue, back pain, or restless nights. But let's look at this from a different perspective. Does talking about our discomfort day after day really make us feel better? Does it help us heal or find peace? Or does it only deepen our negative thoughts, prolong our frustration, and perhaps even wear on those around us? The reality is that when we complain, it often becomes a habit. It can feel like a small release of all the pent-up frustration and discomfort we're experiencing. But I challenge you to think about this. Complaining, though it might momentarily relieve emotional pressure, doesn't fix anything. It often amplifies the very thing we want to escape. Constantly talking about our health issues doesn't take away our pain, and it certainly doesn't make us feel more energized. It only feeds a sense of dissatisfaction, which, over time, can grow and affect our emotional well-being. And that dissatisfaction doesn't magically change anything. It doesn't make the aches go away, nor does it lower the blood pressure or heal wounds. What it does is burden the mind with even more negativity, preventing us from experiencing peace or joy. Acceptance is the first step toward peace, and it's often the hardest. Accepting that our bodies will inevitably slow down and face limitations as we age is an essential part of this journey. Yes, it's a harsh truth to confront, but it's also an important one. Accepting the natural course of life doesn't mean giving up or resigning to a miserable existence. No, Far from it. It means recognizing and embracing the reality that we are not invincible, and that our bodies won't always function as they once did. And that's okay. The sooner we make peace with that, the sooner we stop resisting the inevitable and begin to find comfort in what still works, in what we still can do. Once we accept this truth, we free ourselves from the constant fight against time. We begin to realize that the lines, the wrinkles, the creaky knees, and even the aches we feel are not just signs of decline. They are testaments to the life we've lived. These changes are proof of the experiences, the lessons, and the beautiful journey we've been on. Every wrinkle is a story, every ache is a memory of a life well lived, and every step is a reminder of the roads we've walked. In accepting this, we take the focus off of what's missing and instead appreciate what we have. The opportunity to still be here, to still breathe, to still see the sunrise and hear the birds sing. And once we accept, we must take the next step, transforming our mindset. Instead of focusing on our ailments and giving in to the urge to complain, we must actively shift our thoughts. Ask yourself, what can I do to improve my health today? What small change can I make to feel better? Replace the complaining with small but powerful actions. Maybe it's incorporating more vegetables into your meals, getting out for a short walk each day, or practicing deep breathing exercises to calm your mind. These small but meaningful changes can help us regain a sense of control over our health, which is so important. It's empowering to focus on what we can do rather than what we can't. By embracing change and action, we breathe new life into ourselves. And here's the thing. When we make these positive changes and transform our mindset, we begin to inspire those around us. Instead of burdening our family with complaints, we offer them hope and positivity. Imagine telling your loved ones, "I'm working on improving my health," rather than "I'm feeling miserable." Imagine shifting the focus from pain to progress. When we talk about the things we are doing to take care of ourselves, we not only lift our spirits, but we also uplift those around us. We become a source of inspiration instead of a drain of negativity. Gratitude plays an important role in this transformation. It may sound cliché, but it's a powerful tool for living with peace and joy. We can still be grateful for the little things, even when life is challenging. Be grateful for waking up each morning. Be thankful for the opportunity to be with family, to enjoy their company, and to share moments of love and laughter. The simple act of focusing on gratitude can shift our emotional state from one of despair to one of hope and resilience. The truth is, complaining doesn't just affect us. It ripples out to those we love. Our family, our friends, our children, and our grandchildren want us to be happy, to be content, to feel at peace. They want us to enjoy the days we have left and to find joy in our lives, no matter how our bodies may be changing. When we constantly complain, we inadvertently add weight to their hearts too. Instead of bringing joy and light, we can sometimes become a source of heaviness. And that's the last thing we want for those we care about. Let's remember that our loved ones want to see us thriving, not just surviving. They want us to live out our golden years with love and laughter, not bogged down by the weight of negativity. Life is a precious gift, especially in our later years. We may not be able to stop time or change the inevitable challenges that come with aging, but we can choose how we approach it. We can choose to stop complaining and start embracing each day with gratitude, positivity, and love. Every new day is an opportunity to shift our mindset, take small actions toward better health, and live life to the fullest. Don't let the struggles of aging rob you of the joy and peace you deserve. Let go of the complaints, and embrace the beauty of life, no matter how old you are. After all, the soul can stay youthful, no matter what the body goes through. 2. Don't speak poorly of your children, grandchildren, or others. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we age, we often find ourselves with more time to reflect, observe, and sometimes dwell on the small moments that fill our lives. This newfound time can be both a blessing and a challenge. As we reflect on the past and navigate the present, we sometimes unintentionally allow the trivial occurrences in our families to dominate our thoughts and, eventually, our words. It's so easy, in the quiet of our later years, to begin critiquing the world around us, especially those closest to us, like our children and grandchildren. We may criticize them out of frustration, a sense of concern, or simply because we see the world through the lens of our own experiences. But, oh, how damaging this can be to the sacred bonds of love and trust that we've worked a lifetime to build. Criticism, whether born from genuine concern or a burst of emotional frustration, has a way of creating walls. Walls between hearts, walls between generations, and sometimes even walls within our souls. The harsh words that come from us, who have lived many decades, can easily be misinterpreted by younger generations, and these misunderstandings can breed distance and hurt. I've witnessed this firsthand, the way a well-intended remark, meant to help, can shatter the spirit of a child or a grandchild. This is where we must pause and take a breath. It is vital to remind ourselves that the world in which our grandchildren are growing up is vastly different from the one we experienced. The world they navigate today, faster, louder, and more complex, has its own set of challenges, ones we may not fully grasp unless we open our hearts and listen. I've come to realize that when we speak poorly of our children or grandchildren, what we're often doing is imposing our generational mindset onto their reality. This is so unfair, for no matter how much we wish they could understand the world as we once did, their experiences, their struggles, and their victories are their own. Instead of nurturing understanding, criticism can leave them feeling unloved, misunderstood, and cast aside, like they're constantly falling short of some unspoken standard. It breaks my heart to think of how often this can happen when, if we chose our words more carefully, we could offer a lifeline of support and love instead. When we allow ourselves to slip into the habit of speaking poorly of others, it's like we're opening a door to a flood of negativity. This negativity feeds on itself. One critical thought leads to another until we find ourselves constantly searching for faults, unable to see the beauty in others because we're too focused on their shortcomings. And in doing so, we lose something precious. Not just the peace within our hearts, but the connection we have with those we love most. The very act of criticizing can drive a wedge between us and those we care about, pushing them away and making them hesitant to be around us. I've felt it too, that slow and painful drift. It's isolating, it's heartbreaking, and in the end, it's unnecessary. But here's the truth that I've come to believe more deeply as I age. No one is perfect, not our children, not our grandchildren, not even us. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and that's okay. We are all, in our ways, growing, learning, and making our way through this complicated life. So, instead of criticizing, why not offer encouragement? Imagine the impact we could have if, instead of pointing out faults, we chose to lift others. A kind word, a gentle nudge, can change the course of someone's day, their week, and even their life. Instead of saying, "You never listen when you work," try, "I know you can do better if you take a moment to think it through." The difference between those two statements is profound. The first puts up walls. The second opens doors. I have found that when I stop speaking poorly of others, especially those I love, I feel lighter, freer, and more at peace within myself. It's like a burden has been lifted from my heart. Focusing on the good, even in small things, brings joy. I find myself cherishing the quiet moments with my family, listening with love, and watching my grandchildren grow with a deep sense of pride. There's so much beauty in the everyday, and when we stop clouding our thoughts with judgment, we can see it all around us. A home filled with laughter, kindness, and love is not something that happens by accident. It is the result of conscious choices, tender words, and an open, accepting heart. When we choose not to speak poorly of our children, grandchildren, or others, we are sowing seeds of peace, seeds of understanding, and most importantly, seeds of love. In the end, maintaining harmony in our family is not just about keeping the peace, it's about nourishing the souls of the ones we love. The joy and serenity we create within our homes is something we carry with us, providing us with the energy and strength to face the later years of our lives with purpose and meaning. So let's choose our words with care, for in them lies the power to heal, uplift, and create a lasting legacy of love and connection. 3. Don't keep repeating old stories. Old age is a time when we naturally find ourselves looking back on the past. Our minds are often flooded with sweet memories, moments of heroism, and even the painful losses we've endured. It feels as though those memories, both joyous and sorrowful, have become constant companions, shaping the very essence of who we are. They represent the road we've traveled, each turn revealing the victories we've celebrated, the battles we've fought, and the profound lessons we've learned along the way. But I ask you this: does constantly retelling those stories, those fragments of the past, truly bring us peace and happiness? Or do they inadvertently pull us further away from the richness of the present? At times, revisiting the past seems like a way to affirm our worth, to find recognition from others, or perhaps to simply escape the weight of the present. We may find ourselves repeating stories of our youth, how we worked tirelessly, how we raised our children, or how we overcame the hardships that life threw our way. These stories are beautiful, undeniably a part of our journey, and worthy of being cherished. But when we repeatedly recount them, we must ask ourselves, are these stories captivating the listener, or are they just polite acknowledgments from those around us? When we fall into the habit of repeating old stories, especially to younger generations, like our grandchildren or friends, we may unintentionally create a sense of monotony. Those stories that once felt so significant to us may begin to feel stale and irrelevant to others, disconnected from their current lives and experiences. This can create an emotional gap, even if we don't realize it. What we long for, appreciation, connection, and understanding, can become a source of fatigue for those who are simply listening out of politeness. It's heartbreaking, isn't it, to think that our precious memories, those defining moments of our lives, might be lost in the sea of repetition? But here's the truth we must face. Dwelling too much in the past robs us of the chance to fully appreciate the present moment. The past, whether filled with beauty or tinged with sorrow, is done. We cannot change it, we cannot relive it, and it won't bring us lasting joy if we're constantly stuck in its shadows. The present, however, is a gift, a precious moment that we can hold in our hands, with all its potential for happiness, connection, and peace. But if we're forever anchored in what has already happened, how can we truly live? How can we fully embrace what is before us? Take a moment and reflect. How many times have you sat with your grandchildren or shared time with your loved ones, only to realize you spent more time talking about past hardships than listening to their stories, their laughter, and their experiences? How many meals have you shared with your family, only to have your mind wander back to old memories of struggles and pain? The past is important. It holds the lessons we need to grow. But the present, that's where life unfolds. That's where the real magic is happening. And to live fully in it, we must let go of what no longer serves us. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to honor the past with gratitude, rather than clinging to it out of fear or habit. The past should be the foundation from which we build our present, not the chains that keep us shackled to memories that no longer nourish us. So how do we break free from this cycle of repetition? It begins with telling our stories in a new way, with a deeper meaning. Rather than just recounting what we did, we can share the wisdom that we gained along the way. Instead of saying, "Back in the day, I worked tirelessly to support the whole family," try saying, "Through all the hard work, I learned that love and perseverance are the true foundations of a happy, fulfilling life." It's these lessons, the emotional truths behind the stories, that will captivate and connect us to others in a way that creates a lasting bond. Sharing those insights with others doesn't just keep the memory alive, it enriches the listener and leaves them with something to carry forward. Another way to stop repeating the past is to shift our attention away from what's behind us and toward what's in front of us. Look around and discover new things that excite you, find joy in small moments that once went unnoticed, or take on new hobbies that invigorate your soul. These small actions won't just help you enjoy life, They'll also breathe new life into your relationships, creating connections that are built on the present, not on old memories. Life is not defined by what has already been lived. It's defined by what we choose to live now. The past shaped us, but it's the present that holds the promise of true happiness. So let those old stories rest. Stop rehashing them over and over, and instead, create new memories, new experiences, and new chapters to share. Life is still unfolding, and every day presents an opportunity to write a story that will be filled with meaning, love, and joy. Your memories are the wind in your sails, pushing you forward, not the anchor that keeps you stuck in a time long gone. There's still so much beauty, so much to experience, waiting for you. Let every moment you live become a part of the story you're still writing. And as you do, you'll find that not only are you living your best life, but you're creating an atmosphere of love, peace, and excitement for those around you too. This is your time. Don't let it slip away in the shadow of memories that no longer serve you. Choose to live. Choose to be present. Choose joy. Part 2. 3 things not to do. 1. Don't isolate yourself. As we grow older, the urge to retreat into solitude becomes stronger. The noise of the world, the busyness of life, the constant rush, it all seems overwhelming, and many feel the desire to step back, to create a space where they can just breathe. It's natural to want some quiet, a peaceful moment away from it all. But, my dear friend, we must be careful, because sometimes what begins as solitude can easily slip into isolation. Slowly but surely, we find ourselves withdrawing, limiting our interactions, avoiding conversations, and cutting ourselves off from the people who care about us. What starts as a simple need for rest can turn into a dangerous habit of isolation, and trust me, that can have profound consequences for your mental and physical health, as well as your overall happiness. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on this. As human beings, we are born with an innate desire for connection. We are social creatures, wired to interact with others. This need doesn't magically disappear with age. Our hearts and minds crave relationships, shared moments, and the warmth that comes from simply being with others. It's a truth we cannot ignore. When we choose isolation, we close ourselves off to the very things that nurture us: companionship, support, and empathy. Things that are essential to maintaining our mental well-being as we age. And here's the heartbreaking part. So many elderly people feel that their value has vanished as the years have passed. They believe that because they're no longer as physically vibrant or as useful as they once were, they no longer have a place in this world. They feel like a burden, invisible to the younger generation, and that belief leads them to retreat further into themselves. But my friend, this is a tragedy, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Your worth does not fade with age. The wisdom, the experiences, and the lessons you've gathered over the years are priceless treasures that only you can offer. These are the gifts that can guide younger generations, can help them navigate the challenges of life with grace. Your life has meaning, and you have so much to share if only you open your heart. Imagine, for just a moment, what would happen if you chose to shut yourself off completely? If you lived every day alone, with no connection to the world outside your door? How would you feel? How would your mind start to unravel in the silence? Studies have shown, time and time again, that social isolation is a leading cause of depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. Without the comforting presence of others, our minds start to spiral, getting caught in negative thoughts, in feelings of loneliness that seem to weigh heavier and heavier with each passing day. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But there is hope. The truth is that connecting with others, whether it's with family, friends, or even strangers, has an incredible healing power. When you talk with your loved ones, when you laugh with them, when you share your stories, you create bonds that nourish your soul. It keeps you grounded, it lifts your spirits, and yes, it even helps your body stay healthy. Socializing can reduce your stress levels, help you sleep better, and even improve your heart health. The science is clear. Connection truly extends our lifespan and enhances the quality of life. And maybe you're thinking, but I'm older now, how can I possibly make new friends or get involved in social activities? I hear you. It's easy to feel like it's too late, that the world has moved on, and you're just standing on the sidelines. But I assure you, it's never too late. Making connections doesn't have to be hard or intimidating. It can start with something as simple as a friendly conversation with a neighbor, a phone call to a relative, or even joining a local senior center or community group. These small actions are not just acts of kindness, they're acts of love toward yourself, reminders that you still have so much to give and to receive. And let's not forget the power of technology. Yes, it might feel overwhelming, but trust me, today's tech is a gift. It's a bridge that connects us with family, friends, and even the world, no matter where we are. It's never been easier to call your children or grandchildren on a video chat or to join an online group that shares your interests. These tools aren't just for the young. They're for everyone who wishes to stay connected, to feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves. Please, don't let isolation steal your joy. You deserve so much more than long, lonely days. You deserve to be surrounded by laughter, by love, by warmth. Every single day is an opportunity for connection, a chance to embrace the people around you, to share your stories, to open your heart. The world needs you, your experiences, and your wisdom. So, take that step today. Say hello to the person next to you, ask them how they're doing, and share something from your own heart. You might be surprised at how good it feels to reconnect, to rekindle that spark of love and laughter. Life is a journey, and no matter how many years have passed, you're still on it. Connection is the bridge that helps us navigate the ups and downs, the challenges, and the joys. And you, my friend, deserve to walk that bridge, with your head held high and your heart open wide. 2. Don't neglect your health. Old age is a reality we all must face, but it should never be seen as a sentence to decline. As we get older, our bodies start to lose the flexibility and vitality that once defined us. The familiar aches and pains, high blood pressure, heart problems, and countless other health challenges can make life feel more difficult. It's tempting to think of these struggles as a normal part of growing old, but here's the truth. While aging is unavoidable, the quality of life you experience in your later years is completely within your control. How you choose to take care of yourself today will determine how you feel tomorrow and the day after that. Health, my dear friend, is the foundation of everything that truly matters. You may have accumulated wealth, and you may have a wonderful family who loves you deeply, but without good health, what good are these blessings? How can you truly enjoy the moments that matter most? Sharing laughter with your grandchildren, feeling the warmth of your partner's touch, or enjoying a quiet sunset, if your body is in pain or constantly holding you back. Neglecting your health doesn't just affect you. It creates a burden on those who care about you. Your loved ones will worry about you, and they will suffer right alongside you. Health isn't just about living longer. It's about living with joy, vitality, and the ability to cherish life's simplest moments. I know there's a common belief among older adults that it's too late to start taking care of your health, that it's all downhill from here. But that couldn't be further from the truth. It's never too late. No matter how many years have passed, you have the power to change your health for the better. Small, consistent changes, things like taking a walk each day or making healthier food choices, can have a profound effect on your well-being. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that you can't make a difference anymore. Scientific studies have proven that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can dramatically reduce the risks of diseases like cardiovascular issues, diabetes, and cognitive decline, all of which are common among older adults. One of the most heartbreaking things I see is older adults dismissing small health issues. It may seem like a harmless backache or a sleepless night, but trust me, these small annoyances, if ignored, can escalate into serious conditions. The mind often tries to convince us that it's no big deal, but in reality, it's a warning sign that shouldn't be overlooked. Regular checkups with your doctor are vital, and they don't have to be stressful or daunting. It's a simple act of prevention that could save you from so much unnecessary pain and suffering in the future. And let's not forget about the importance of nutrition. So many older adults continue to eat the same foods they did in their younger years, even though their bodies now need something different. It's heartbreaking to watch as someone clings to habits that no longer serve them. Your body in its later years requires more vitamins, minerals, and fiber, so make sure you're filling your plate with vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Try to add more healthy protein sources like fish, beans, and low-fat dairy, while reducing foods high in sugar, salt, and saturated fats. These simple changes can make a world of difference in how you feel day to day, and in how you feel about yourself. Exercise is another crucial aspect of healthy aging, and I can't stress this enough. I know that many of you may feel like your bodies are too fragile for exercise, but the truth is that even gentle activities like walking, gardening, or doing some light stretching can work wonders for your body and mind. Moving your body every day doesn't have to be intense to be beneficial. It can improve your heart health, keep your joints flexible, and even boost your mood. 30 minutes of light activity a day is all it takes to start feeling better, physically and emotionally. Mental health is just as vital as physical health, especially as we age. It's so easy to fall into loneliness, sadness, or worry about what the future holds. But let me remind you, your mental and emotional well-being is just as important as your physical health. Prolonged feelings of anxiety or isolation can lead to depression, and depression can rob you of your energy, your joy, and your will to live. That's why I urge you to make time for activities that bring you happiness. Whether it's chatting with friends, joining a local club, or simply curling up with a good book. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, or yoga can also help calm your mind and restore peace to your heart. Finally, let me leave you with this. Taking care of your health isn't a burden, it's an act of self-love. When you invest in your health, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. You're giving yourself the priceless opportunity to enjoy your time with family, to see your grandchildren grow, and to experience the world with a heart full of gratitude. Health is not just a gift to yourself. It's the most precious gift you can offer your loved ones. They want you to be here for as long as possible, living the best life you can. Don't use old age as an excuse to neglect your health. Use it as your motivation to show yourself the love and care you deserve. It's never too late to begin, and every small step you take today will lead to a brighter, more fulfilling tomorrow. So make that doctor's appointment, eat more nutritious foods, get moving, and take care of your mental well-being. Your health is your most valuable asset. It's time to treat it as such. 3. Don't overspend or be overly frugal. Old age, a time many imagine will be filled with relaxation, freedom, and the joy of reaping the rewards of years of hard work, often brings with it unexpected challenges, especially in managing finances. For many, it's a time when people believe they no longer need to worry about money, as they've spent decades diligently saving for retirement. Yet, the truth is far more complex. The reality of managing finances in your golden years demands more than just having enough to get by. It requires wisdom, balance, and careful thought. The two extremes, overspending and extreme frugality, can both drain you in ways that take away from the joy and peace you deserve in your later years. Overspending often arises from a place of misplaced desire, from the urge to indulge in things that we think will make up for years of hard work and sacrifice. After a lifetime of struggle, it's easy to fall into the trap of treating yourself to lavish vacations, expensive purchases, or high-risk investments, hoping to recapture lost time or experience. While there's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying some luxury if you have the financial resources to support it, it's important to ask yourself, will this bring lasting value to my life, or is it just a fleeting pleasure? Will the joy you feel from buying that new gadget or going on that extravagant trip last, or will it fade away, leaving you longing for more? In contrast, the other side of the spectrum, extreme frugality, often stems from a fear of outliving your savings or becoming a burden to your children. You might tighten your purse strings so much that even your most basic needs, such as food, healthcare, and self-care, become luxuries you can't afford. But dear friend, this approach is just as damaging as overspending. Life in your later years should not be a dry, joyless existence, ruled by fear and deprivation. It should be a time for enjoying the fruits of your labor, connecting with loved ones, and living with a sense of peace. But when you cut out all pleasures, you are robbing yourself of the small joys that make life worth living. So how do we find that sweet spot in the middle, that golden balance between splurging unnecessarily and sacrificing all that brings joy and comfort? The first step is being truly honest with yourself about your financial reality. Take stock of your resources, your pension, savings, and any support you may receive from your family. Then, lay out your essential expenses, things like food, utilities, medications, and healthcare. By knowing exactly how much you need to maintain a comfortable and healthy life, you'll be better equipped to make informed, thoughtful decisions about where your money goes. Remember, your later years aren't the time to be chasing after things that have no true value. While a shiny new smartphone or an expensive wardrobe might give you a momentary rush, they won't bring lasting contentment. Instead, ask yourself, what truly matters? What will nourish my soul in the long term? Invest your resources in meaningful, lasting experiences. Imagine visiting your grandchildren, engaging in fun activities that bring you joy, or even participating in local community events that foster a sense of connection. These are the moments that will fill your heart and create memories you'll cherish. And let's not forget one of the wisest uses of money in old age: investing in your health. Set aside a portion of your income for regular checkups, nutritious meals, and physical activity that will keep you strong and vibrant. Good health is the foundation for everything. It allows you to continue enjoying life and minimizes the risk of expensive medical emergencies down the line. Another important consideration is helping your family, your children and grandchildren. It's natural to want to share your wealth with them, to support them out of love and affection. But be cautious, and never feel obligated to give more than you can afford. Your children and grandchildren will appreciate your time, your wisdom, and your presence far more than any material gifts. Be mindful of your own needs first: your financial stability, your health, your peace of mind. If you spread yourself too thin, you won't be able to fully support anyone, and you may end up feeling resentful or drained. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Old age doesn't have to be synonymous with high expenses or an extravagant lifestyle. Instead, happiness can be found in the simplest of things: the joy of an afternoon walk, a meaningful conversation with an old friend, or the peace that comes with curling up with a good book. Small, inexpensive pleasures can provide far more satisfaction than we ever imagined. By participating in activities and social groups that cater to seniors, you not only enhance your mental well-being but also open doors to friendships with like-minded individuals, helping to combat loneliness and isolation. Lastly, many elderly people worry about leaving behind material wealth for their children or grandchildren. But let me tell you, the greatest legacy you can pass on isn't money. It's love, wisdom, and the lessons of a life well lived. What you share with your loved ones, the experiences, the stories, the laughter, are priceless treasures that cannot be bought. Take the time to pass down the lessons you've learned along the way, the advice you wish you had received, and the stories that have shaped you. This is the true inheritance you'll leave behind, one that will live on far longer than any financial gift could. My dear friend, managing your finances in old age is certainly challenging, but it's not an impossible task. Finding balance is key. Don't let money become a source of stress or a burden. Let it become the tool that enhances your life, enabling you to spend your time on the things that matter most. Spend wisely, make thoughtful decisions that will bring lasting joy, and allow yourself the peace and fulfillment that you've worked so hard to achieve. In the end, it's not how much money you have, it's how you've lived and loved that truly defines a rich life. Part 3. 3 places not to go. 1. Avoid places that are too noisy or chaotic. As we age, our desires shift. We long for simplicity, moments of peace, stable health, and a life that feels free from the noise and constant rush that once seemed so unavoidable. The relentless pace of our younger years often blinds us to the true value of quietness, of calm, of taking things slowly. It's only as we grow older that we begin to truly appreciate the profound beauty of peace, not just in our minds but in our surroundings. Unfortunately, so many people fail to realize the profound impact our environments have on our mental and physical well-being. Noise, chaos, and disorder aren't just annoyances. They can be dangerous, and even more so as we grow older. As we enter our later years, our bodies become less resilient, and our minds are less able to adapt to the overstimulation that we once tolerated. Our sensitivity to external factors increases, and things that once seemed like minor inconveniences, like loud sounds or crowded, bustling places, can take a serious toll on our health. It's easy to overlook, but the cumulative effects of these disturbances can be far-reaching. The stress, the exhaustion, and the feelings of overwhelm slowly erode the peaceful existence we deserve in our golden years. It might not be immediately obvious, but day after day, the noise and disorder add up, slowly draining our energy, heightening our stress, and taking a toll on our well-being. The research is clear. Loud noises can raise blood pressure, contribute to stress, and disturb sleep patterns. For older adults, the consequences are even more pronounced, because our bodies simply no longer bounce back like they used to. What used to be just a minor inconvenience can now become a major concern. Our ability to concentrate diminishes, irritability creeps in, and mental clarity fades. This can leave us feeling drained, anxious, and unable to experience the joy we deserve in our later years. In addition, chaotic, crowded places can be a physical hazard. The sheer act of navigating through a sea of people can become an obstacle course, and the risk of falls or accidents increases. For seniors, a simple fall can lead to severe consequences. Something as small as tripping can have long-lasting health effects that take months, if not years, to recover from. But it's not just the physical risks that should be a concern. The mind suffers just as much. In an environment dominated by noise and disarray, peace of mind is almost impossible to maintain. Anxiety, frustration, and fatigue take over, and it becomes incredibly difficult to think clearly, much less focus on the beauty or calm around us. For older adults, maintaining emotional stability and mental peace is essential, not just for quality of life but for overall health. That's why peace isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. It's not just about a feeling, it's about healing. Peace calms the body, stabilizes heart rates, regulates blood pressure, and allows the mind to rest and rejuvenate. It's like a balm for the soul, bringing clarity and balance back into our lives. In a quiet space, we can reconnect with ourselves and the world around us in a deeper, more meaningful way. Old age is a time to savor the gentler, more fulfilling aspects of life. We've worked hard, sacrificed so much, and navigated countless challenges. Now is the time to take a step back and embrace the quiet beauty of the world. Instead of venturing into loud, stressful places, seek out environments that soothe your spirit. Whether it's a peaceful park, a tranquil library, or a cozy cafe where you can hear your thoughts without the constant hum of the world pressing in. These spaces invite peace, comfort, and a sense of connection, not just with nature, but with the stillness that can be so healing. When you consider stepping into a new environment, take a moment to ask yourself, will this place truly benefit me? Will it bring me peace, or will it add to the noise and strain of my life? Our golden years should be filled with moments of joy and serenity, and choosing the right environment is one of the simplest yet most impactful ways to achieve that. So, when in doubt, opt for quiet spaces. Places with open air, lush greenery, and minimal noise provide the perfect sanctuary for reflection and relaxation. Parks, lakes, or even peaceful suburban areas offer an opportunity to slow down and savor the simplicity of life. On the other hand, crowded, bustling areas, like busy shopping malls, packed markets, or chaotic events, should be avoided whenever possible. If you must go, Try to visit at times when things are calmer, when the crowds are thinner, and the chaos less intense. And above all, seek out natural environments. Nature holds immense healing power. A stroll through the woods, a quiet moment by the beach, or simply sitting beneath the shade of a tree in a small garden can do wonders for your soul. It's in these moments of tranquility that we reconnect, recharge, and truly embrace the peacefulness we all deserve. 2. Avoid places unsuitable for your health. As we age, one of the most precious treasures we have is our health. It's the solid foundation that allows us to truly enjoy the beauty and serenity of our later years. We dream of living those years with peace, happiness, and comfort. But all too often, we overlook the simple yet crucial decisions that shape our daily experiences, especially when it comes to the places we choose to visit. It's so easy to forget that our bodies are not as resilient as they once were, and that a single trip to the wrong place can take a toll on our well-being, making our golden years anything but joyful. As we grow older, our bodies become more vulnerable. The strength and energy we had in our youth start to fade, and the changes that come with aging, whether it's in our bones, our hearts, or our lungs, make us more sensitive to our surroundings. Our ability to cope with weather conditions, rough terrain, or even the air we breathe becomes compromised. We can no longer be as carefree as we once were when it comes to exploring unfamiliar places. For example, high-altitude areas, with their thin air and lower oxygen levels, are not just uncomfortable, they can be downright dangerous. If you have heart problems or high blood pressure, a trip to these heights can leave you feeling dizzy, breathless, or with a throbbing headache. And let's not forget the extremes in climate, whether it's the scorching heat of the desert or the cold of the mountains. Both can wreak havoc on your body, triggering heat stroke or catching you off guard with an unexpected chill that leads to a severe cold, leaving you exhausted and unwell. Then, there's the chaos and congestion of bustling places. Markets, festivals, crowded outdoor events. These may seem fun and lively, but they can be a nightmare for older adults. The sheer number of people, the noise, and the hurried pace can overwhelm you. The risk of falling or being bumped into becomes far too real. The physical and emotional strain of trying to navigate through these spaces can be draining, leaving you mentally fatigued and physically worn out. The lack of control in such environments can make you feel vulnerable, unsafe, and anxious. That's not how retirement should feel. We deserve spaces that bring us peace and tranquility, not stress. And, perhaps one of the most critical factors often overlooked is the accessibility of medical care. Health emergencies can strike at any moment, and when we're older, the risks increase. What happens if you're in a remote area with no access to medical facilities? What if you suddenly experience chest pain, difficulty breathing, or any other serious condition? Being far from a hospital or emergency services could make all the difference between life and death. Imagine the panic, the helplessness, the sense of regret you'd feel if your body couldn't get the care it desperately needed just because you were in a place where help was miles away. I believe that in our later years, we should be prioritizing our safety and health above all. We need to be mindful of the places we visit and avoid situations that could compromise our well-being. Our time in this world is precious, and every moment should be spent in comfort, surrounded by care, and in environments that support our health. Instead of chasing after risky adventures, let's focus on enjoying peaceful, fulfilling experiences in places that nurture us. After all, our health is the greatest gift we have, and we deserve to protect it at all costs. 3. Avoid places with high safety risks. As we grow older, life takes on a new, quieter rhythm. The youthful rush of our earlier years fades, replaced by a longing for peace, tranquility, and the simple joys of everyday life. Our health, once resilient and strong, becomes a delicate treasure that we must protect with care. The days of adventure and uncertainty may have passed, but that doesn't mean we should stop living. It means we need to live more mindfully, cherishing each moment and making choices that honor the preciousness of our existence. One of the most important ways to do this is by avoiding places that carry high safety risks. places that can unknowingly threaten our well-being, both physically and emotionally. As we age, our bodies no longer bounce back the way they used to. The resilience of youth is replaced by a vulnerability that can leave us exposed to the dangers around us. It's hard to ignore the fact that the body, once strong and quick, now takes longer to recover from even minor setbacks. That's why it is crucial to be aware of where we go and the environments we expose ourselves to. Unsafe locations, whether they're rife with crime, overcrowded, or polluted, can have a disproportionately harmful effect on older adults. The last thing we need is to be in a situation where a simple misstep could result in something far worse. Take, for example, areas with high crime rates. These places are often where older adults become easy targets for theft, scams, or worse. Criminals often see us as vulnerable, an easy mark for their unscrupulous ways. They know we may not have the strength to fight back or the quick reflexes to protect ourselves. The thought of someone preying on us because of our age is unsettling, yet it's a harsh reality many seniors face. It's heartbreaking to think about the trust we place in the world, only to have it shattered by the actions of others who seek to take advantage of us. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Then there are the crowded, bustling spaces. Places like busy markets, festivals, or poorly organized public events. At first glance, these might seem like vibrant celebrations of life, but they're often full of hidden dangers. Jostling crowds, people rushing in all directions, and the chaos of too many people in too small a space can create the perfect storm for an accident. While a fall might seem like a minor inconvenience for younger individuals, for seniors, it can be catastrophic. A single misstep could lead to a fracture, a sprained ankle, or worse, something that can forever change our mobility, our independence, and even our sense of self. No one should have to face such vulnerability in what should be a safe and enjoyable environment. Environmental hazards also weigh heavily on our well-being. Polluted areas, loud construction sites, and spaces with constant noise pollution do far more than irritate the senses. These factors can silently chip away at our health, causing respiratory problems, stress, and anxiety. The toll these environments take on our physical and mental well-being is profound and often goes unnoticed until the damage is done. A person's peace of mind is a delicate thing, and it doesn't take much to disturb it. Another key concern is the lack of accessible health care in remote areas. It's important to acknowledge the unpredictable nature of health as we age. The body can change in an instant, and a medical emergency can arise out of nowhere. A heart attack, a sudden difficulty in breathing, or a fall that leads to a concussion, these moments demand immediate attention. In places far from medical services or emergency support, the consequences of delaying treatment can be dire. The absence of help in moments of crisis is a heavy burden no one should have to carry. So, how can we continue to enjoy life while safeguarding our health and happiness? First and foremost, research is key. Before heading to any destination, take the time to learn about the safety and security of the area. Find out what resources are available, both in terms of medical care and general safety. If you're uncertain, don't hesitate to ask a family member or a trusted friend for advice. You should feel confident about the places you choose to visit, knowing they align with your health needs and offer the security you deserve. Additionally, seek out quieter, more peaceful spaces. Instead of venturing into a chaotic market, perhaps a quiet cafe or a peaceful park would offer the kind of serenity that supports your well-being. Look for senior-friendly community groups or clubs where you can enjoy social activities in a safe and supportive environment. When you're surrounded by people who understand your needs, you can relax and enjoy your time without fear or stress. Having a companion can make all the difference, too. There's comfort in knowing someone is by your side, ready to help in case things go wrong. If you need to go out alone, always let someone know where you're going and when you expect to return. A fully charged phone, with emergency numbers saved and ready to go, is an invaluable tool. It might seem like a small thing, but in moments of uncertainty, it can provide peace of mind and the confidence to face the world. At the end of the day, life is about balance. We must continue to live and explore, but we also have a responsibility to care for ourselves and prioritize our safety. Our bodies may not be as resilient as they once were, but our ability to make wise choices and seek out the right places and people remains a powerful tool for ensuring that we enjoy our golden years to the fullest. It's about embracing the beauty of life while protecting the most precious thing we have, ourselves. As we've explored today, the choices we make about where we spend our time and energy can have a profound impact on our health, safety, and overall well-being as we age. Whether it's avoiding risky environments, choosing quieter spaces, or ensuring we're always prepared for emergencies, it's clear that our golden years are meant to be lived with peace of mind and joy. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to bring into practice in your life? Please, share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate your support, and we'll continue to bring you more tips for living a fulfilling and healthy life as we age. Thanks for watching.